pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 2, we will call to order the May 15th, 2025 Village Board meeting. Roll call shows all trustees present except for Jim and Shauna, who have been excused. Staff members are present except for Allie and Jane, who have been excused. And we also have Attorney Ashley present. 4 agenda changes. Are there any? 5 consent agenda. A, May 1st, 2025 regular board meeting minutes. B, presentation of accounts and other claims against the village. If there are no questions, we would need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda.
I'll second.
Roll call. Carrie?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. 6, pre-registered citizens to be heard. There are none. 7, committee reports. There are none. 8, unfinished business from previous meetings. There is none. 9, new business. A, discussion and possible action on 2025 sidewalk replacement bids.
So we had 3 bids come in this morning. We made a copy for you all, and Capital R Concrete was the lowest bid, with a total of $70,573, and that's working with the school.
Are there any questions? Otherwise, we would need a motion to accept one of the bids.
I'll make a motion to accept Capital R Concrete in the amount of $70,573.
I'll second.
Roll call. Carrie?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. B, discussion and possible action on July 3rd village board meeting.
So I'm guessing we want to cancel this?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
So we should probably have a motion to cancel that meeting.
And we're not looking at a reschedule. I mean, it's a weird week
I
for
think
staff.
it's better off to just leave it, and then if we need to have one, we can do a special meeting that way, because otherwise I don't want to say yes and then have,
I'll make a motion to cancel the July 3rd Village Board meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. C, discussion on yard waste and material storage site space needs.
So this is just something we wanted to make the board aware of. I mean, we have our one compost site that is now kind of cut off by 15. It's kind of a dangerous access and really hard to get equipment in there. We have our space behind Hortonville or Park, which is starting to fill up. About half of that property is wetland, so it's unusable. And then we have our space by the treatment facility, which is filling up pretty fast too. So just something that we're kind of looking into and wanted to make the board aware of it.
Looking into as in, like, we're looking at other sites, or looking at consolidating into something else, or?
Potentially other sites.
Okay.
Probably consolidating them down too, because yeah. Initially we had about 13 acres just north of the bypass. So we have this one and then that one here that used to be connected down. You can kind of still see a remnant from our access point that was cut off. So we do have we have 2 sites there that basically Aaron said, like he said, we can't really utilize. And if you want to look, here's the spot by Otto Miller. A large portion of this 6-acre site, you got one entrance, and then you pretty much have, for actual usage, is like about a sixth of it. I mean, it's probably about an acre in total of actual usage area. The rest of it is pretty much wetlands and
is unusable, so.
The other problem with that is just its prominence right next to 15. It's not the prettiest thing to look at when you're going through the village on that side.
We're not really able to burn at that site. If we want to potentially do that with some of the trees, that's kind of the issue. So then we chip some, and then also at some points it gets really high where we don't leave enough time to chip them. So then we have to call in detax stuff. So it's process right now. So ideally, if you had a yard waste site, you'd be able to have it all in one area for potentially residents to do it too, and get the area away from maybe the plant as much as possible.
So the sites that you're looking at, not to pin you down, are we limited to just within the village, or can we go just to skirt outside the village?
We could go outside, we could annex that property in if we needed to.
That's what I was thinking.
Otherwise, you could just, this property by Miller is actually in Hortonville technically. But if they were trying to stop us from doing any of it, we just annex it in.
Okay. I know that there's some areas just outside the village that would maybe be a good.
Yeah, we've looked around at, I think we're looking at a few different areas, some outside, some in. There's not a lot inside available, so that's why it's probably more likely outside, but.
Okay.
Do you think this year yet? This year yet that you might need to do something?
I think it's something to keep on your radar when we're looking at stuff. I think maybe this year, but it would have to be the right spot, right? So I think that's kind of the things that we're thinking of is.
We're not at emergency status yet or anything like that, but it's don't want to get to that point either.
And we want it on your radar when we are talking about other projects and stuff, and when you're talking about, what takes priority, and you're kind of thinking about this stuff in the back of your head too, so.
Well, I know that brush, it's a mess down there, you can't even get around it, now. It's full.
There was nothing there 2 weeks ago. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Any other questions? Okay. Number 10, we'll go to report of village officials. A, clerk treasurer, her report is in the packet. B, director of public works, Aaron.
My report was in the packet, and right now the plan is to finish pouring the rubber for the new playground at Alonzo next week, weather depending.
I have a question for you. Someone asked me if there's gonna be a fence around there to protect that from the geese and animal droppings and things.
No, they tried to do it, it was taken into account in their design, and they tried to do it with strategic plantings and things like that to kind of not have open access where they could come in. And then right now our plan is to every morning have somebody, if there is goose droppings or anything on there, spray it off before we open the park.
Any other questions for Aaron? Okay, we'll go to C, police chief, Brian.
Reports in the packet?
I have a question.
You bet.
And it's really not even a PD, it's almost a public works and PD question, but I almost really want it on record on the meeting tonight. So we have tornado warning, or tornado watch on right now. We have tornado warnings in the area. The NOAA weather radios are not functioning properly, haven't been all day, and still aren't. They're coming across, but they're coming across as license expired. The Coney ad hoc is a 5 to 9 minute delay. And I just want it noted that we should consider this date or this scenario when we're doing budgeting to make sure that we keep funds available for the siren. Because I know that was always, let's get rid of the siren, and then, you'd always have the weather radios. Well, they're not working right now, so.
Yeah, no, I think at our 2 o'clock briefing today, they were trying to get everybody back up, but yeah, what a time to not have no.
And it's, the message that's coming across is consistent with what's happening, but unfortunately it's also saying that the license is expired, and this is a text, and it's odd. It's very odd. This is worst case scenario, and I'm glad we still have a siren. I just want to make sure we consider that when budget time comes. All right.
Okay, we'll move to D, library director, and Ally is out. E, attorney, Ashley.
I just wanted to let you guys know we have another new attorney starting on Monday. His name is Chuck Adams. He has almost 30 years of municipal experience and wants to work with us. We're really excited about that. And with summer being what it is, he might just show up to a meeting without my having the opportunity to bring him in and introduce you. So there's a new face here. He is with us.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer them.
Any questions for Ashley?
Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to F, administrator, Nathan.
Just kind of spent a good amount of the week with just different developers and different economic development opportunities, discussing with different people on a few different meetings. Outside of the report I have in the packet, but yeah, any questions?
Any questions? Okay, we will move to G, building permit report. It is in the packet. H, any other miscellaneous topics for future discussion? Okay, we'll move to 11, communications and miscellaneous business. A, Black Otter Lake District news. Bob?
Nothing new. Again, our next meeting is next Thursday, the 22nd at 5 o'clock here.
Okay. And then B, Hortonville, Hortonia Fire District news, and Jim is out. They do have their fundraiser event this Saturday, just to remind everyone. And C, Gold Cross Ambulance Run report and news. It is in the packet. D, Hortonville Civic Association. Jane?
The circus tickets, posters, tickets are in the process of being handed out. They're going to be sold here through admin and the library. They'll be at Donaldson's, Gilbert's, and Brick's. Posters will be going up in the next couple of days, and June 29th, that's it.
Okay. E, senior activities. Jane? Nothing new. Okay. 13, I would need a motion to go into closed session, and there are two different motions to read.
I'll make a motion to go into closed session under state statute 19.851E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, specifically potential purchase of public property and potential sale of property. And motion to go into closed session under state statute 19.851C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility.
I'll second that.
Roll call. Carrie?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. 14, we would need a 5-minute recess to clear the meeting room. 15, any action on matters discussed in closed session? There is none. 18, I would need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. It is 7:17.